Hello everyone, welcome to my channel or welcome back. Thank you all so much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. In today's pick a card reading, we are looking at your October 2024 love insights. Once you choose your card, you can find the timestamps in the description box below, which will take you directly to your reading. Okay. Spirit, we are looking at October 2024 Love Insights. Can we have a card for pile number 1, please? Okay, can we have a card for pile number 2, please? Can we have a card for pile number 3, please? Okay. Pile number 1, your stone is the red tiger's eye. Okay, your card is mending. Okay, pile number 2, your stone is moss agate. Okay, your card is poised. Pile number 3, your stone is blue Aventurine. And your card is observer. Okay, please take as long as you need choosing your card or cards, and I will see you in your readings. Hello, pile number 1. You have the red tiger's eye, and your card is mending. So what I feel with this card is that something happened between you and a romantic partner that needs to be fixed. I feel like for some of you, you may have actually split up. You may have taken some time apart. For others of you, I feel like you just had maybe an argument or something that kind of got out of control and kind of snowballed into something more serious than it actually like it didn't need to be as serious as it became, but it kind of spiraled into that. For others of you, I feel like this could just be that you weren't making time for each other, you weren't making time for your relationship, and now you're trying to fix that. So we will get more information as we look into the rest of your cards, but the good news, what I see here that is good news, is that it looks like you both want to work on the problem. You both want to fix the problem. You're both actively taking steps to repair things and then kind of checking in with each other or checking in possibly with a third party. If you see this here in the clouds, there's actually a face here, and they're both kind of looking up at the face saying like, kind of like the feeling I get is, how are we doing? How does this look? So, you know, like, how's our progress? What else can we do to mend the situation? And I also feel like with the thread being on the ground, I feel like you're both taking active steps. You're both focused. You both realize that maybe you both had a part to play in this issue, and that you both are actively trying to stay focused on what the problem is, and you're both trying to fix that. So even though it looks like something happened to damage the relationship a little bit, the good news is that it looks like you're working on it. And then notice how the clouds are pink here. So that makes me think of the heart chakra, of healing, of being gentle, being kind with each other. So that is what I get so far. Let's go ahead and look at your other oracle cards and see what else we can find out for you. Okay, what else do you have for pile number 1? We are looking at October 2024 Love Insights, please. Crow, trust and transformation. So what I take from this card is that trust that your partner is working on this with you. Trust that your partner wants to change, wants to make things better, has the best interests of you as a couple in mind. So if you or your partner, you know, because this could be you as well. So it's trust that any changes that you are making will help the relationship, and trust that any changes that your partner may be making will also help the relationship. And really just have faith and trust that it can work if you both put in the right amount of effort in the right amount of places. Okay, I think this one actually wants to come out. Bat, face your fears. So do you have fears of going back into the situation? Do you have fears that it might not work? Do you have fears that whatever brought you to this situation might happen again? Excuse me. Because what I get with this card is that you may not be fully opening up. You may not be expressing all of your fears. You may not be confronting all of your fears. And what Spirit is saying is that the only way to truly transform is to open up, to face your fears, to put everything out on the table, to make sure that you're communicating 100% and fully with your partner or with any third party. So when I say third party, I mean like if you're getting counseling or you're talking to somebody to kind of work out some of your issues, or this could even be like a work situation. Maybe one of you, maybe both of you is working too much or something like that. So it's like really being able to express all of your hopes, your fears, your doubts, all of these things, bring that out into the open so that you can have transformation. Because I see that, and this probably goes for both of you, you both need to face your fears. You both need to trust in transformation. Because I see that you're both working to fix it, okay? Let's see what else we have for your oracle cards. What else do you have for pile number 1, please? Illumination. So interesting how your cards are lining up here. So I feel that if you take the time, you're already putting time and effort into it. So if you continue along this path of mending, if you continue to open up, if you continue to face your fears, things are going to make more sense than what they make now. Because when I look at this card and I see these two people here looking up into the sky at the figure here in the clouds, they're kind of saying like, how is our progress? How are we doing? But it's a very delicate balance. And so I'm feeling like with your other cards here, maybe there's certain fears, certain aspects of the situation that have not been talked about yet. And so I feel that if you keep digging deeper into the emotions, into the energy of how you got to this place, it will make more sense. It will allow you to see the other person's perspective more fully, a more complete perspective. And it will also allow that other person to completely see your perspective. So let's see what else we get. What else do you have for pile number 1? Okay, protection. So I feel with the protection card that, okay, I get a couple things here. I feel this takes me back to when I said I'm feeling like there's certain aspects that both of you haven't talked about. There's certain things like deep down to the core, there are certain things that haven't been brought up yet because you're both feeling very protective. So look at this protection card and look at how the bat is protected in their wings. So, and also, you know, the bat's wings are very, very delicate, but they are providing a sense of protection, a sense of safety around the bat. So it's like there's a piece, and remember how I said this card feels very delicate to me? It's almost like walking on eggshells, protecting yourselves. But what I'm seeing is you need to delicately allow those last few pieces of feelings, emotions, whatever it is, to come out, to express that in a safe place, in a safe manner. And then I think what would transpire from that is a sense of protection that you're both feeling together. Because I think it will give you both, like I said, like more of an understanding, maybe like 99% more understanding, maybe 100% understanding of how you're both feeling about this issue that came up. And then you can work more together on protecting this relationship that you've built together. Okay, so I hope that makes sense so far. Let's go ahead and look at your tarot cards now and see what else we have. What else do you have for pile number 1? October 2024 Love Insights. The King of Wands. So I feel that it's possible. So, okay, let's back up a little bit. I feel that you both have a lot invested in this relationship. I feel like you both have a lot of passion for each other and for the relationship. And I feel that you both want to protect this relationship. You both want to work on this relationship. And you're both willing to put in the work to figure out what is the root of the problem and then fix that. And also the King of Wands can also talk about transformation, which is right below the crow, and trust and transformation. So I think that you or your partner, maybe both of you, might have to go out on a limb a little bit and let go of your ego, bring up all of those emotions, really kind of get deep down into the core of the issue and be a little bit uncomfortable in order to help bring this relationship back to where it used to be, but then take it to an even greater level of connection than you had even before. Then we have the King of Swords. So I feel that this is probably both of you here. And just because there are two kings, this doesn't mean, like, don't let the gender of the cards get into your mind, because this is just an energy, okay? So I feel that with the two kings here, this represents both of you wanting to work on the relationship, wanting to transform things, wanting to work through your problems. Communication, okay? A lot of communication. So I feel like, again, facing your fears. Communicate those deep down fears that you have. What are your fears? Why are you being so protective? What is it? So getting to the core of the issue. And I feel like if you're not there yet, you will be soon, in a place where you can talk safely about these issues that perhaps you haven't brought up yet. And we have the World card. So the World card below the Illumination card, I am even more convinced than I was before that bringing out these last few issues, making sure that you're on the same page, making sure your communication is exactly where it needs to be. I feel that that will bring the illumination that you need to fix these last few pieces. And then from there, you will be able to move on into basically a new phase, a new stronger connection, feeling like you made it through the worst of the problems, and now you can kind of step into almost like a second chance is what I'm getting, but things turning around for you. And we have the Page of Pentacles. Yeah, it's like a new foundation, a new stronger foundation, looking at things differently than before. Look at how this is illuminated. This pentacle here is illuminated, looking at things differently, getting those last few pieces of information that you haven't shared with each other yet. And then figuring out, okay, so now I told you this and you told me this. Okay, now what do we do with that? How do we move on from this point? But the Page of Pentacles is a great card to, it's like a great beginning to move forward. It's getting all of the last few pieces of information, putting in the hard work. Like I said here, I feel that you're both very willing to put in the hard work. You both want this to work out, which is great. That's really good. This is a great card here, especially after the World card, kind of starting over and moving forward and having hope. Look at all the beautiful flowers here and the water. It's like cleansing and kind of peaceful moving forward. And we have the Hangman. Yeah, so there's some piece of information, like I told you earlier, there's something that's like you have made progress. Okay, you have made progress, but there's something that's not quite, something hasn't quite been revealed yet, or maybe that's why one or both of you is kind of like, well, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I hope it works, but I'm not quite sure. Because there's a piece of information, there's something that hasn't clicked together yet, which is what you need to get a different perspective on things, for things to completely make sense, so that you can move on from this phase that you're currently in. Look at the way your cards are coming together, okay? So you have the Death card. So what I just said, so with the Hangman here, this is literally the card before the Death card. And I actually had the Death card in my mind because it comes right after the Hangman. So when I said you can leave this phase when you get that extra piece of information so that you can move on. So the Death card is a really beautiful card to me. This means, especially when you have the World card here, so this means that you did get that piece of information. You did get the piece that makes sense to you. You were able to hear what the other person wasn't saying, and vice versa. Okay, so with the Death card, there's so much healing in this particular Death card. There's so much grounding. Remember somewhere, I think I said I see you, oh yeah, it was in the Mending card, where I see you kind of being grounded in wanting to make this work. With this Death card, I feel that you want to put to rest the problems that you've had, okay? You want to put that to rest. You want to start over. You want a new life with this person. You want to heal what has been hurt and grow something that will be much more productive, because it's kind of like there was some kind of roadblock or something that was preventing you from going forward. And it's almost like you were either going to dissolve your relationship, or you had to fix it. It was one or the other, because you could not stay where you were any longer. And so here, with all these beautiful flowers and all the flowers that we see here, I feel that it's possible for you to fix this and to move on. Then we have the Seven of Cups. Really, anything is possible. So what do you want? Of course, if you want to walk away from this, you can definitely do that. You have free will to do that. But I feel like it's definitely possible to fix this. I feel that getting everything out on the table is the best option here. And then how you both deal with it from that point on obviously is up to you. And the other person could decide, well, I really don't want to be here any longer. You know, of course that's possible. But I'm really feeling that you both want to work on this. You both want to look at everything, look at all the details, look at how you're both feeling about all the details. And look at this one cup here has the flowers growing in it, which we see in, most of the cards actually, but especially these three where they really stand out, even the World card. So definitely bringing all of those emotions out, talking about all of those things. And I feel that clearing the air, that's what's needed here. The Seven of Wands, which is kind of another protection card. So again, facing your fears. Look at that. It's facing your fears and protection. Tackling one thing at a time. There's a lot of issues here. So I feel like there may have been a lot of little things that happened that may have accumulated along the way that equaled kind of this big explosion of an argument, a fight, or it just led up to, we can't do this anymore, we need to separate. Okay, but what I really feel here is that if you tackle each issue one at a time, maybe make a list and tackle one issue at a time and really, so what I just got in my mind is make a list of everything. You don't necessarily have to show the other person what's on your list, but put absolutely everything on that list, even the things that you may not want to talk about yet, so that you can see for yourself what you've talked about, what you haven't talked about. And then maybe when you're comfortable, you can bring up those last few things. So one issue at a time, it is possible to heal this. Okay, then we have the Justice card. Yeah. So it's possible to find balance. It's possible to talk about what the issues are, release those issues, and move on from them. So the Justice card can talk about cutting out like excess baggage, getting rid of things that no longer fit into your life. Okay, so talking about everything that bothers you, this is the time to get it out so that you can release it and start over with the World card. So then you can find more balance. Okay, the Justice card can also have to do with legal contracts, which could be marriage, separation, living together, if you have a lease together or a house together, anything like that. So what I'm getting from this is that all of that can be repaired. It can all be repaired. The other thing I'm getting from this is that if you are not married to this person or you're not in any kind of legal contract with this person, but you did hope to be, what I feel here is that you can heal that so that you can move on. So that, let's say you wanted to get engaged or you are engaged and maybe you wanted to call off the wedding or something like that. I'm feeling like if you want to, it can be fixed and eventually you'll be able to move forward with these plans and these ideas that you had to pursue with this person. This is a very gentle Justice card. There's a lot of balance, there's a lot of healing, there's a lot of growth here. And that's why I say that it's possible to fix this. Some Justice cards feel very stringent, very clinical almost. But look at how beautiful and inviting and healing this card is. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So it's going to be a lot of work. I don't think it's going to end with just one conversation. I feel like it's going to be an ongoing thing that you're going to have to work on. But again, with the Mending card here, I feel like you both are willing to put in the effort. You're both willing to as you go along, as you're making progress, you're both willing to check in with each other and say, how are we doing? Is there anything else we could do differently? What can we add to this? And it's like releasing, what we talked about here and earlier, how there's something that's been left unsaid, something that's missing. Once you get into the heart of that issue and then release it, and then talk about any other issues, and then, talk about it, release it, talk about it, release it. And then there's more balance. And then it's like checking in, making sure you're still balanced, making sure you're still moving forward. putting your relationship as, you know, priority number one, or maybe number two if you have a lot of external factors going on, but having it in the top three for sure is what I'm seeing here, and really making that a priority, your relationship a priority in your life. And I feel that there's a lot of room for growth. There's a lot of room to heal and to mend. Okay, then we have the Queen of Swords. And see, we have the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords, which are great communication cards. Okay, so this is kind of cutting through any, how do I want to say this? Cutting through any like fluff, anything that, you know, getting to the core of the issue, making sure you bring everything out, talking about things on both sides. And I really feel like not giving up, keep fighting, keep digging, keep trying to figure out how can we make this work, because I really feel like this is worth fighting for. And I feel like for some of you might be in a relationship where you can both get kind of closed off, like the bat here, which makes it really, really difficult if you both kind of close off during conflict, so that neither one of you talk. Okay, so for those of you here, it's your fear could be opening up to somebody, opening up after an argument, opening up after feeling like someone hurt your feelings. And so I feel for a lot of you, the key is to basically face your fears, to allow yourself to feel uncomfortable and feel vulnerable, because this whole reading, that's just what keeps coming up, is feeling vulnerable, talking about your feelings, and that's how you're going to get to this place of growth. We have the Chariot card, such a nice card for your last card. So the Chariot card talks about hard work, about change, about right below the Death card too. So going through something challenging, very, very, very challenging, but coming out on the other side of that. And look, this is like you and your partner here, reaching your goals together, being able to move on, being able to put things in the past, leave them in the past, and move on from that. I mean, really, you have the World card, the Death card, the Chariot card. I mean, the Justice, the Hangman, all of these cards that are, you know, the major arcana that are talking about huge transformation for the better. So just keep that in mind here. A lot of hard work, a lot of communication, and yes, it is possible to fix this. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you. If this reading resonates with you, please like and subscribe. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me, you can find the link for my website in the description box below. Thank you so much. Hello, pile number 2. You have the Moss Agate, and your card is Poised. What I feel with this card is that for most of you watching this card, or to let you know that if you start watching this card and this doesn't sound right to you, you might want to choose another pile. But what I'm feeling with this card is that you're single. I feel that you have accomplished something. So this could be that you healed from a previous relationship, you healed from life circumstances that had nothing to do with the relationship, or you accomplished some major goals in your life. So let's say that, for instance, like let's say you wanted to finish school, finish, you know, your university studies before you got into a serious relationship. So maybe you completed something, or maybe you wanted to move to a new city, a new country, a new state. And once you did that, now you're like, okay, I'm all settled in. Now I want to, you know, meet a romantic partner. So that's what I'm getting here. I'm feeling like you've accomplished something, and now you're ready to open yourself up to love. You're ready to find a serious partner. I feel like that's another thing here, is that I feel like for most of you in this pile, you want to meet somebody that you have a really strong connection with, somebody who you can start a life with, someone who just really who you can share your life with. And this can be at any age. That you could be younger, you could be older, you could, just so really anybody who's just kind of looking for a partner to share your life with. So let's look at your oracle cards and see what else we can find for you. What else can you tell us for pile number 2? We are looking at October 2024 love insights, please. Oof, these cards. Okay, okay, that one must come out too. So let's look at this one first. Dolphin, open up to emotional healing. This is what I told you. I feel for a lot of you, you had to go through some cleansing. You had to go through a lot of healing. I feel like for some of you, you went through either a relationship that really taught you some deep, deep life lessons, and you've healed from that, and now you're ready to move on. I feel for others of you, you had to heal from a loss. So some of you may have lost your partner or your spouse that you were with. Maybe someone passed away. Maybe, it could be any number of circumstances, or maybe you were with somebody, maybe you really loved this person, but for one reason or another, it just would not work. Maybe you had to move for work and the other person couldn't move because of their work, or, this could really be anything. So I feel like you did open up to emotional healing. Remember, this card fell out. So, or I don't think it actually fell out, but it flipped over when I was shuffling the cards. So this is a very important card for you. And I feel like you've done this. I feel like that's why you're so happy here and why you have your arms up in the air saying, I am ready. Okay. So let's see. Flamingo, find healthy balance. Interesting. So what Spirit seems to be saying here is that don't forget yourself in this relationship. Some people tend to get so excited and so overwhelmed by the feelings of connecting with somebody and finding somebody who you can love and who loves you. And I think, so for some of you who went through some life lessons, some tough life lessons in a previous relationship, and then you healed from that, Spirit seems to be saying, don't forget who you are. Don't forget what you went through before, and know that you can be yourself. You don't have to change who you are for the person who's going to love you for who you are. Does that make sense? So like this healthy balance, it's because it's connected to the emotional healing. So don't forget that you can keep on healing as you go, into another relationship. It doesn't have to end just because you find love, because we're always going to be learning these lessons in life, even though, a lot of times we hope that we're done with these lessons, but, unfortunately they tend to keep coming through. So don't forget to still take care of yourself. Don't lose yourself 100% in someone else. Make sure that you still have a good balance. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2? Movement. Ooh, I feel like for some of you, you're going to meet someone pretty soon. I feel this makes me think of the 8 of Wands card with the wands shooting out and going in like a forward direction. And also the way you're so open and ready, like you're telling the universe, I'm ready to meet my person. And I feel like you're going to see some movement with that soon. I feel like you've done a lot of work on yourself. You've healed and you're ready. And the universe is going to reward you for that. I feel like, well, with the 4 here, maybe it's going to be like 4 months, 4 weeks, it could 4 days, it could even be interesting. Okay, what else? This one is calling me. Success. Look at that. I mean, that's really cool. You have the sun shining down on you, so If you are manifesting meeting a partner, if you are, oh, and hold on one sec. So remember here, the movement card, obviously there's 4 here, and then I told you it reminds me of the 8 of Wands. Look at this card, number 48. So I don't know, so maybe 4 to 8 days, 4 to 8 weeks. Or 4 to 8 months even could be possible, but I feel like it's happening soon. It's going to be, it's on its way to you. And so if this is something that you're manifesting, or if this is something where you're saying, you know, am I ready? I'm not sure. Am I ready? Well, this is your confirmation that yes, you are ready. And so I think for some of you, it's going to happen fairly quickly. And for others of you, it might take a little bit longer, but not too much longer. I don't think that you're going to be wondering, is this ever going to happen for me? Because I feel like it's not going to be that long where you start thinking, oh, what's going on here? And I think that's also where the healthy balance comes in. So for those of you where it does take a little bit longer, don't forget yourself. You know, maybe there's a few other things that you need to work on to complete your healing process, or maybe the other person needs to work on a couple other things. So just be patient, because it's happening and you're going to have success. Look at this. It's like you're going to ride off into the sunset together. So just keep this card in mind, because that's a really nice indicator that things are moving. You're going to have success. You're going to meet your person. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 2, please? The 8 of Pentacles. I think that this person that you're going to meet has done a lot of work on themselves too. I think they've done a lot of work on themselves. And I think that, especially for some of you where it takes a little bit longer to meet this person, I still think it's definitely under a year. I'm going to say probably 8 months at the most for some of you. And that may seem like a long time for some of you, but to me, time is just going so incredibly fast right now that does not seem like that long in the ultimate scheme of things. And that's not all of you, okay? And it could even be 8 weeks. It could be 8 days. It's a little bit longer than some of you in this group. But anyway, so what I was saying is that you and your future partner are both working on things in your life, kind of tidying up all those little details within your personal lives. And then you're going to meet each other. Okay, and you're both bringing beautiful things into this potential relationship that you're going to have with this person. Okay, so just know that your future partner has been on a journey themselves, and it's just really beautiful that you're coming together after you've both healed so much. We have the World card. Yeah, it's like you're about to meet this person. Your wishes are about to come true. So just know that you're going to be rewarded for all of the work that you've put into yourself. And I feel like you're both going to be much more balanced. Like, I feel like if you would have met this person 2 years ago, 5 years ago, even a year ago, I feel like it wouldn't have worked out for the long term, because you both had to change certain things, fix things, learn things, work through things, and everything is lining up for you to meet. So yeah, and if it does feel like you've been single forever, just know that that's going to change. Your world is literally going to change pretty soon. We have the Ace of Wands. Okay, and movement. Things are happening. Look at how close you are to walking through this doorway here. Okay, this is also a card of passion, meeting somebody that you're very attracted to, someone who's attracted to you, someone who has similar interests as you. I feel like it's going to feel like this spark when you meet this person. I think it's going to be like kind of this fiery energy. Maybe even if you meet someone online, you see their picture and it's just like, ooh, who's that person? So it's very exciting. I'm feeling like just this sense of excitement, this sense of connection, almost like for some of you, kind of like a magnetic connection where you're just drawn to this person. We have the 9 of Pentacles. Interesting. This is a success card, and then you have the success card up here. So the first thing I thought of, because the Nine of Pentacles a lot of times can indicate someone who's been successful on their own, someone who kind of did things on their own. They're very successful in their own right. And this is what I was saying, how I feel like you've both worked on yourselves. So your partner over here has been going through stuff, healing, learning, changing for the better, and you have too. And then I feel that you're going to come together, and it's going to just be like a really, really awesome connection, because I feel like when you start talking about, you know, deeper issues, when you start connecting on a more emotional level, I feel like you're going to realize that for some of you, you've been on kind of similar paths. And for others of you, it's more kind of like a similar healing path. But either way, it's the way that you kind of healed yourself, the way that you pulled yourselves up on your own is going to be something that really draws you to each other, that really attracts you to each other, and something that you're going to admire in both. So you're going to admire this in that person, and they're going to admire this in you. We have the Nine of Wands. You are so close. So if some of you, if it feels like it's taking forever to meet this person, don't give up. You are so close to meeting this person. You just have to go through, you know, you have to go on a couple horrible dates to get to the right person. You have to, you know, keep searching through the apps to find the right person. But I'm telling you, that person is right there. This person's looking for you too. Okay? It's like you're over here. Maybe this is you. Let's say this is you and your partner's over here somewhere. You just can't see them yet because they're like right on the other side here. And it's like they're going to come walking, and you're going to come walking, and you're going to meet in the middle. Okay, it's not that far off. The nine in general means that a cycle is about to end and a new one's about to begin. Then we have the Page of Wands. Exactly what I just said. A cycle's about to end and a new one's about to begin. Okay, you're both out there looking for your person. Your person is out there. Your person is looking for you. Your person is going to find you, and you're going to find your person. And again, I'm feeling like for some of you, you had to go on quite a few dates or talk to people, maybe not even dates, maybe you didn't even get to that point, but you had to talk to quite a few people. Maybe you met someone online, you started emailing, maybe then you started talking on the phone. And it's like, for some of you, it's like, oh, you know, if I have to talk to one more person before I find the love of my life, like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. And keep the faith. You're going to find the right person. They're literally right around the corner, and they're going to be just as excited to meet you as you are to meet them. We have the Star card. You're going to have success. Okay. You're both going to be so happy. I really feel like everything that you're wishing and hoping for in a partner is exactly what's looking for you. Okay. It's like, I'm feeling like this is going to be a very, very strong connection. They're going to be on the same timeline as you, the same wavelength as you. They're going to want the same things as you. They're probably going to be very close to you in the sense of where you both are in your lives as far as, you know, career. Some of you may be retired and you're looking for a partner. Some of you may be just getting out of college, you know. So wherever you are in your life, this person's going to mirror where you are in life. And it's going to be just like a perfect timing for both of you to meet each other. The King of Pentacles. So I feel like this person is good, and this can be a man or a woman. We're just looking at the energy, so don't get caught up on the fact that this is a king. But this person that you're going to meet is going to be very grounded, very stable. They're going to want like that life with you, like that building a family with you, which could mean actually having children, or it could just mean building your home together, maybe having a dog or a cat or some other kind of animal. But so whatever family means to you, that's what this person is going to want. But this person's very grounded, very stable, might even be financially stable as well. And they're going to want to give you everything that you want. And this person is going to, first of all, they're going to be able to do that, but they're going to want to do that. Okay, so this is a very strong person, someone that you can trust, someone who is definitely trustworthy, someone who is not going to lie to you about things, someone who is just like a really good person, a really good soul. We have the Three of Cups. It's going to be like such a celebration, a beautiful celebration. I feel like your friends and family are going to like this person, and vice versa. Their friends and family, they're going to like you. And I feel also another thing that can come up with the Three of Cups, this can mean like holiday season. This can mean the next holiday, the next big event. So if you go to, this could be like if you go to a wedding, you could meet somebody there. If you go, you know, out for the holidays, it could mean, or maybe not even going out for the holidays, but it could mean that you meet somebody around like a holiday coming up. So I really feel like for a lot of you, it's not too far off, and it's going to be such a beautiful celebration. And other people, your friends and family, are going to be so happy for you because they're going to see what a stand-up person this is, that this is someone that they can trust for you. Okay. And we have the Page of Swords. So with the Page of Swords, I feel like so first of all, just the way this person's looking at the sword, for some of you, you might be like, is this real? Because I feel like for some of you, you've really healed a lot from some kind of traumatic event that you went through in the past with a prior relationship, which could be that it was a toxic relationship. It could be that your relationship was, maybe it ended on, you know, maybe someone passed away, maybe, you know, something like that happened where it didn't have to end when it did, or that it was just so toxic for you that you're not sure if you should trust something. But it's also like that. Remember I told you how when you first meet that person, it could be like that spark, this like magnetic energy toward each other, but something about it, you're gonna be like, wow, is this real? Or like, wow, is it, you know, is it really that easy to meet my person for some of you? And so I feel like another thing that's going to happen is that you are going to have probably long conversations. You're going to be just talking to each other like you've known each other for forever. It's going to feel like, I can't believe we've only known each other for 2 weeks. It feels like I've known you for 2 lifetimes or 20 lifetimes. So I see that coming up as well. Okay, then we have the Queen of Cups. So definitely you're going to feel emotionally fulfilled. You're going to feel like, let's say that you put all of your hopes and desires into a cup and you said, you wished upon a star and you said, this is what I want. I feel like you're going to get what you want. And again, with the Nine of Wands, I feel like it's not that far away for you either. And this person's going to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment into your life. They're going to make you feel like, because I feel like you're pretty, you're okay where you are in your life right now, but you want a partner, you want someone to share your life with. And so I feel like this is going to add that little missing piece to your life. And I feel like you really just want to share. You want to share your life with somebody. And I feel like that person's going to want to do the same thing with you. And this is going to happen for you pretty soon. Remember, we're underneath the Nine of Wands here. Do you see this card? This is the Eight of Wands card that I was talking about up here with the movement card. Okay, so you see how there's 8 wands here? So this really further tells me that it's going to be 4 to 8 for a lot of you. So 4 to 8 days, 4 to 8 weeks, 4 to 8 months. I think 4 to 8 years is out of the question. That's too long. I'm not seeing that here. So I would say 4 to 8 months for most of you is going to be, I'm not 4 to 8 months, 4 to 8 days to 4 to 8 months for most of you is going to be the time frame here. And again, timing is really weird sometimes because you both have free will to make changes in your life that can tweak the timing. But I'm going to say that again, 4 to 8 days to 4 to 8 months. And it may even be a little bit unexpected for some of you. You might, go out with your friends for a girls' night out or a guy's night out, and then you might run into somebody at the restaurant and sparks fly. It could be something like that. But I do feel like it's going to happen soon or relatively soon for most of you. Could be unexpected for some of you, but I feel like it's going to be like life-changing for you. I feel like you're going to get what you want. You're going to be rewarded for all the effort that you put into yourself to heal yourself, to get closure on the past, whether it was a relationship or something that happened that you had to heal from, whatever it is, you're going to be rewarded for that. Look at the light up here, like reaching the surface. So really, you have a celebration coming up. You definitely have a celebration coming up. So I hope this made sense to you. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please like and subscribe. And if you would ever like to book a private reading with me, you can find the link for my website in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching. Hello, pile number 3. You have the blue Aventurine. And your card is Observer. So the first thing that I get here is that whether you're in a relationship or single or dating, looking for somebody, you want to really pay attention to how is someone acting and what are they saying? What are they saying? What are they doing? Are things lining up? Is someone doing what they say they're going to do? Is somebody saying this is who they are, but they're acting a different way? So I'm feeling like really observing the behavior of someone, or let's say if you're in a relationship and you had some difficult times and someone says, oh, I'm going to change, I'm going to do better, I'm going to make these changes. Are they doing that? Also, are you doing what you say you're going to do? Are you, so let's say that maybe you've had some difficult relationships in the past, and you say that you've learned lessons from that and you're not going to repeat the same mistake again. Well, are you about to go into another relationship that is just like what you got out of? It just looks different on the surface. So these are like some possibilities that I'm getting here. So observing other people's behavior, also observing your own behavior. Are you saying you want one thing, but you're acting like you want something else? Is another thing I'm getting here. So let's go ahead and look at your other oracle cards, and see what else we get, because so far I'm getting like kind of a lot of different scenarios, but kind of the same theme running through all of these scenarios. So let's try to get a little bit more specific here. Okay, what else can you tell us for pile number 3? We are looking at October 2024 love insights for pile number 3, please. Butterfly, lighten up. Are you taking things too seriously? Are you being too serious? Because that would make sense with observing. Remember I said observe your own behavior also? Or does someone else need to lighten up? Do you need to let go of things from the past? Do you need to fully transform yourself before you get into another relationship? Or do you need to lighten up within a current relationship that you're in? Because I'm feeling like you're holding on to something somewhere that does not need to be there any longer. In order to move on to something that flows easier, the only way to do that is to let go of something that's holding you down. And this could be whether you're in a relationship or if you're looking for a relationship. Activate inner cosmos and lighten up. I really feel like you're holding on to something. You're holding on to something that no longer belongs there. So have you observed yourself repeating patterns, repeating relationships? Have you, because there's something here. It's almost like something's not making sense to you, or this could even be for some of you, this could even be that you are or you need to observe what's really going on within a relationship or with somebody that you've just met. Maybe lighten up means that you need to lighten up who you allow in your life. Maybe you need to release someone who's in your life who is not healthy for you, who's not contributing to the positive in your life, who's only bringing you chaos. Because with Camel and Activate Inner Cosmos, I'm feeling like you need to come to a place of peace so that you can kind of get grounded again, so that you can make sense of something, so that you can release something that no longer needs to be in your life, which could be a person, or it could just be a thought process. It could be the way you see things. It could be the fact that you keep going into relationships that aren't good for you. So we're going to get some more specific information as we go along here. What else can you tell us for pile number 3? Happiness. So this is kind of taking me down that road that I've been talking about, where something's preventing you from being happy. So for some of you, you're drawn to the wrong type of people. So maybe you're drawn to somebody who loves chaos, who loves to start arguments, who loves to always be arguing about something. Why? Okay, so why? Why are you doing that? Why are you not able to find somebody who you can just be happy with and go about your life with and enjoy the relationship with? For others of you, I feel like you haven't let go of all of the pain from a prior relationship. And that's why you need to lighten up. You need to lessen your load. You need to lessen your emotional baggage load. You need to get grounded so that you can release anything that's no longer meant for you, so that you can find happiness. Okay, this card is sticking out here. Aww, sadness. Yeah, there's something you need to let go of. Again, I'm getting these two groups of people here. I'm getting, for some of you, you're happy in the beginning, but then shortly after you get into a relationship, you realize that you are in the same exact type of relationship that you've been in before, that causes chaos in your life, that brings you sadness, that you feel like you're not yourself. And you need to observe, you need to figure out why you keep repeating that same lesson over and over and over again. Is it kind of a self-worth? Do you need to heal something within you so that you understand, so that you realize that you are worth more, that you can have more? And for others of you, I feel like you're holding on to something from the past. holding on to something that hurt you in the past. And until you kind of ground yourself and figure out why you haven't released that yet and how do you release that, I feel like you're always going to feel like you can't quite find your happiness because you're still drawn back to this feeling of whatever you haven't released yet. Okay, let's look at your tarot cards and see what else we can find out for you. What else do you want to say to pile number 3? The 8 of Swords. You're feeling stuck about something. I feel like you're all feeling stuck about something and you're trying to figure out why. You're trying to figure out, why am I in this situation again? Or you're trying to figure out, why can't I release these emotions? There's something that's bothering you here. But the answer's right there. I feel like if you just look at things maybe from a different angle, or if you take the time to look at things, because I feel like some of you are trying to distract yourselves and you're not taking the time to figure out, why do I feel like this? Why am I always in the same situation in relationships? Why am I holding on to this baggage from the past? I mean, like, some of you are distracting yourselves because you don't want to deal with it. But the thing is, if you truly want happiness, the only way around this is to confront these issues head on and realize that it's actually going to be easier than you think to confront these issues. It's almost like ripping off a Band-Aid, to confront these issues head on and just get it over with. Just confront them, work on it, release it, get it over with. And just doing it instead of thinking about it. Yeah, because I feel like if you do that, you will be able to start over. You will have like kind of a clean slate. You will be grounded. You will be healed. You will release all of those negative emotions that you have about something. And you see here how it's obviously storming. There's rain coming down. But then we have the sky clearing up here. And then look here, the sky is clearing up even more than it was here. And it's like, oh, okay, now I'm ready for this relationship that I've been wanting, for not just a relationship, but a healthy relationship. The 10 of Swords. Yeah, so definitely whatever happened in the past is in the past. There's nothing that you can do to change it. And you need to release it because you're holding on to it and it's hindering your happiness, okay? Whatever happened was obviously very, very painful for you and possibly made you look at things differently, made you not trust other people, possibly you don't trust yourself. But this is kind of what I'm saying, where you need to just rip off the Band-Aid. You just need to just do it so that you can bury this in the past where it belongs. We have the 9 of Wands. Yeah, it's not going to take... I feel like for some of you, you feel like this is going to be a long, drawn-out process where really... I feel like for a lot of you, some of you have done a lot of healing. Some of you do understand what's going on, but there's one last step to take. There's one last little detail that you need to let go of. Something you're holding on to that's keeping you more here than here. Do you see how we have happiness here? Look at all these beautiful flowers and building something, but then we have the 8 of Swords and the 10 of Swords. It's like maybe some of you are meeting somebody and then you get fearful that, oh, this person's gonna do what the other person did, or you put up your walls because you don't, like, you have some kind of fear. And then you go, first you're happy for a minute that you might have possibly met somebody, and then you're sad because you feel like, oh, am I repeating the same lesson? Or maybe people disappoint you. But the thing is, have you really, really looked into why these things keep happening or why you can't let go of something. Because with the Nine of Wands, I feel like you're very, very close to figuring it out. You're very close to releasing once and for all anything that you're holding on to from the past. The Queen of Wands, yeah. So once you release this, once you figure it out, or once you release something that's, if you are in a relationship right now and it's not working for you, if this is your relationship right now, the Ten of Swords, if this is how you feel, if you are in a current relationship and this is the pile you picked and you've been having a lot of problems, maybe you used to be happy, but you're not happy anymore in this relationship, you need to observe what's going on. How do you really feel about it? What do you need? And maybe you need to lighten up and extract yourself from a situation that is no longer working for you, that's no longer bringing you happiness. Because what I see here for any situation that I've mentioned here is that, first of all, it's going to be difficult, but I don't feel like it's going to be as difficult as you may think it's going to be. It's like just taking this one, like just this, it's like thinking about it is harder than actually doing it. Because this is the result. This is someone who has cleared their emotional baggage, who has cleansed their energy, who has grounded themselves, who is ready for a healthy situation. Someone who's sitting there saying, okay, I'm cleansed, I'm healed, I'm grounded. I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to look and see if anybody comes across my path who matches my energy, who has healed themselves, who has released their own baggage, who is ready for a healthy relationship. And look at all the sunflowers here. There is success waiting for you. Look at this little crown or whatever this is up here with the ribbons on it. Like, this is what's waiting for you. Clarity also. It's like, you're looking for answers here and you're not, it's like, where are my answers? Where are they? Well, here you have them. We have the Judgment card. Yeah, so the Judgment card talks about kind of, this card always makes me think of like a second chance, starting things again, seeing things differently, realizing it's like, literally going from the Ten of Swords to being able to have something new, something different, something healthier, seeing the signs, realizing, oh wow, this really wasn't meant for me. So for those of you who are in a relationship right now and it's just not working and you feel like it's just extracting your soul from your body, okay, realizing that that's not meant for you, that you deserve more, and then healing from that, releasing anything that you need to release, and being given a second chance. And for those of you who are single, who keep finding yourselves in the same type of situation or anything else that I've talked about here, there is hope for you. Things can change and things will change as long as you take the necessary steps to observe why you keep going into a similar type of relationship, or, you know, what is it about yourself that needs to heal? What is it that you haven't figured out yet within yourself so that you don't repeat these same things over again? And here we have the Three of Swords card. So you have the Three of Swords and the Ten of Swords. There's something that has deeply, deeply, deeply hurt you down to the core. It hurt your soul. And for some of you, you are single and you're holding this fear about going into a new relationship. You're bringing this fear into the new relationship, which is a recipe for disaster. And some of you are still in a relationship that you've had so much chaos and so much pain and so much devastation that there probably is not a way back from this. That it's like, it's almost like it would take almost a miracle to fix this, because I feel like for whatever happened, you or your partner, if you're in a relationship, you're going to carry this on forever and it's never going to leave the relationship. So for those of you in this situation, the cards are saying that it could be, okay, I'm not telling you what to do, I'm just saying what the cards say, that it could be to your benefit to extract yourself from the situation and to heal so that you can move on. But I am definitely recognizing that something absolutely like ripped your heart out, whether it's in a current relationship or something in the past that happened. And the only way to move on from this is to confront it and to release it. And when I say release it, I mean release it forever. That doesn't mean that you can't think about it, but heal it. Okay, you need to heal it and then release it. Oops, okay, there we go, the 9 of Cups. Do you see this beautiful butterfly here? Do you see everything that I was just saying about recognizing what it is, healing it, and then releasing it? That's how you get this beautiful transformation here. This makes me think of the inner you. Okay, I feel for people with this card, the inner you right now is the 8 of Swords, the 10 of Swords, and the 3 of Swords. There's turmoil, there's confusion, there's a lot of hurt, a lot of pain, a lot of devastation, a lot of sadness. You need to lighten up, you need to release that, you need to transform. This is the second butterfly that you have in your reading. So definitely going through like that metamorphosis between, you know, the caterpillar and the butterfly. It's painful but necessary. It's something you need to do on your own. So this is another thing. This is something you need to do on your own. Someone else, okay, if you're carrying this pain into a new relationship, someone else is not going to heal that. You have to heal that on your own and then bring somebody into your life. Does that make sense? Because look at the Observer card. Okay, this fox, I think it's a fox, is sitting on an egg. Okay. When you're inside the egg, just like when you're inside the cocoon, when you're a caterpillar turning into a butterfly, no one else can help you through that process. You have to do the necessary development on your own before you can let anybody in. Nobody goes into the egg with you and nobody goes into the cocoon with you. You have to do that on your own. Okay, so definitely there is a heavy healing that needs to happen in this card, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're single. You need to recognize what is the actual problem here and then work on that so that you can find happiness. The Sun card. Do you see how beautiful this card is? It's like, once you release this, whatever this is, it's so devastating, it's so painful. Believe me, I know. It's like the energy I'm feeling is like someone who doesn't want to get out of bed in the morning, someone who is so hurt and so devastated by something. And I feel for some of you, you have pushed this down and you've pushed it down and you've pushed it down and you've gone from relationship to relationship. And every time this kind of bubbles up to the surface. And then it's just a repeat from relationship to relationship, where every time you're happy, you forget about this here. But then as you go through the relationship, this starts to bubble up to the surface, and so does your sadness. But then we look down here, when we go through this healing, when we go through these changes, this metamorphosis, do you feel this card? Because I feel this card here. I feel like I am so much lighter. I feel like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I feel like I can breathe again. I feel like I'm grounded. I feel like I love myself. I feel like I'm happy here. I feel like I'm no longer trying to figure out what the problem is. And here I've released the problem. And then, the Sun card is, your dreams coming true, your hopes coming true, everything that you want, everything that you're looking for, the universe is trying to provide that for you. And I get a similar feeling with the Sun card as I do with the Queen of Wands, with all of the sunflowers here. It's like the universe wants to shower you with gifts, with everything that you want, but it can't do that until you release this. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. Look at how happy this little pig is here. So happy. Okay, and so grounded and independent too. Okay, independent. So the Nine of Cups is also kind of an independent card. And it's like, if some of you are codependent, I feel that you're codependent because you haven't healed this from the past. So some of you haven't healed something from the past and you keep going from relationship to relationship and this keeps surfacing. For others of you in this reading, you are in a relationship and you're so codependent with this person because it's kind of like the chaos and the drama. It's like when you first went through this situation that first caused chaos and drama in your life, for some of you, the only way that you feel comfortable is to have that chaos and drama in your life. And so that's why you keep being attracted to that kind of energy. But at the same time, it doesn't really make you happy. It makes you feel chaotic and sad. But it's like the cycle that you don't understand why you keep finding yourself in it, but you're finding yourself in it because that's what you're drawn to because it makes you feel uncomfortable. But at the same time, it makes you feel comfortable. Like it's a weird situation. But if you can realize that cycle, then you'll realize that I don't want to be in this discomfort. I actually want to be truly happy because it's like you feel happy and sad at the same time. And you can't figure out why. Well, that's why. So it's like you literally need to strip down to the basics, to be by yourself for a little while, to heal, to strip away all of this pain and chaos that you've had before. And finding a sense of fulfillment and a sense of independence on your own so that then you can meet somebody. Then you can say, oh, wow, I never even realized I had all these issues that were bottled up so deep inside that, once you realize that, you're going to say, oh, wow, no wonder I kept repeating those relationship lessons. Okay, but here is so much lighter. It's like you feel so much better about yourself because you release this. We have the Five of Cups. So I get a lot of fear from a lot of you facing, like I said earlier with the Eight of Swords, facing this issue. It's painful. It's going to be painful to bring it all up and then release it. I feel for others of you, you feel like you can't leave a toxic relationship because then you'll have nothing left. But the thing is, you will have more than you ever realized. You actually have so much to contribute to a healthy relationship. You just need to, and some of you, it's not that you are in a negative relationship. It's just something that you've been holding on to that damaged you as a person, that put little holes in your heart as a person. And so that's what you're holding on to. So it doesn't have to be that you are in a bad, negative relationship. It's that whatever you're holding on to is causing you to kind of repeat these lessons. So there's something somewhere, maybe something happened, maybe your mom or your dad left when you were young, or maybe, someone passed away and you're still holding on to that pain. Releasing that is going to literally release you and help you transform, because there's more waiting for you than anything that you would be leaving. Does that make sense? The Hierophant, yes. So literally, The key to your happiness, to your inner peace, is taking some time, getting down into the gruesome details of what's going on here, facing this issue, working on yourself, observing what are the real issues here, working on yourself, and then moving on to something else. So figuring out what is the greater problem here, looking at all of the little details, looking at all of those details, figuring it out, and then moving on from there. So definitely here, with kind of the higher power aspect that can come with the Hierophant card, you definitely might want to maybe read a book or talk to somebody who can help you figure out why you feel this way and how to release this. This could even be just like even doing some kind of energy healing, acupuncture even, anything that can help you understand why you're doing this and how to release that energy. Okay, so I hope that made sense for you. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you would ever like a private reading, you can find the link from my website down below. Thank you so much.